My overseas clients often ask me several questions. How many cars does China actually produce? How many factories are there? Why do parts have two logos? Today, I'll explain it all to you once and for all. I'll include a detailed table at the end of the video. Hello everyone, I'm Lex. I spent 10 years as a technical advisor and quality inspector at an OEM, and now I specialize in automotive parts import-export. Generally speaking, China's passenger vehicle manufacturers fall into three main categories: joint venture automakers, domestically owned automakers, and wholly foreign-owned automakers. Joint venture automakers cover a wide range of brands, totaling 45 manufacturers including Japanese, German, and Korean brands such as Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen, etc. Domestic manufacturers primarily produce around 30 to 40 brands exclusively manufactured in China, such as BYD and Xiaomi. Due to the sheer number of brands, we'll cover these in more detail later. Wholly owned factories. There are two, Tesla Shanghai and Lexus Shanghai, under construction. These are independently established by automakers for local manufacturing or assembly in China. While primarily targeting the Chinese market, some production is also exported overseas. Therefore, the total number of active brands in China is approximately 150, encompassing domestic, joint venture, and foreign brands. Why approximately? Because competition in China's automotive market is extremely fierce, involving complex mergers and equity changes. However, I anticipate this competition will reach a fever pitch within the next 2 years, likely leading to the elimination of some brands, leaving only those that have proven themselves in the market. Besides the above, are there other brands that aren't manufactured in China but are active in the Chinese market? Of course. Brands like Ferrari, Aston Martin, and Lamborghini are all high-end brands that import fully assembled vehicles. First, let's discuss joint venture brands. These are factories established through collaborations between Chinese and international brands, primarily under groups like SAIC, FAW, GAC, Dongfeng, and Changan. Although there are as many as 45 joint venture brands, they belong to different joint venture groups, the manufacturing and operational entities. The main joint venture groups include the following. Have you noticed that these factory names follow a pattern? Why are the Chinese factories of international brands like Volkswagen, Toyota, and Nissan not named Toyota China or Volkswagen China, but instead SAIC Volkswagen, GAC Toyota, and Dongfeng Nissan? The reason lies in the fact that foreign automakers seeking to conduct business in China, especially in manufacturing, face extremely complex approval procedures and lengthy processes. To accelerate market entry, they partner with local enterprises to establish joint venture factories. This approach offers several advantages. A resource sharing, local automakers provide land, facilities, and sales networks, while foreign partners contribute technology and brand equity. Equity distribution. Typically, local entities hold majority stakes, for example, in FAW-Volkswagen, FAW-VW. FAW Group is the controlling shareholder, not Volkswagen. The name combination placing FAW before Volkswagen serves a simple distinction. Look, this is my old work uniform. It bears both the FAW and Volkswagen logos. This is also why my customers often ask why the genuine parts one sell feature two logos. Here's the key point. Why do parts labeled FAW Volkswagen claim to be genuine OEM? Because Chinese policy mandates joint ventures to display the Chinese partner's name. But this doesn't mean lower quality. On the contrary, Blowing Star same production lines, German equipment plus Chinese manufacturing. Blowing Star identical quality standards. I used to work in this field. Blowing Star some parts even get exported back to Europe, e.g. Tesla motors made in Shanghai. To illustrate, FAW Group collaborates with multiple automotive brands, Volkswagen, Audi, Jetta, etc., all producing in the same factory. Due to this complex joint venture model, genuine OEM parts circulating in the market often bear dual logos like FAW Volkswagen or GAC Honda. These aren't counterfeits, they're authentic Chinese-made OEM products, and they form the core of my supply chain. However, if you purchase online independently, be cautious about authentication, as the market is flooded with high-quality counterfeits. Currently, only two wholly owned factories exist: Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory and Lexus Shanghai under Toyota. Their parts rely primarily on imports, targeting the mid to high-end market. Consequently, pricing is significantly higher than joint venture alternatives due to various taxes. As of 2024, OICA data shows global automotive production reached approximately 92.5 million units, while China's vehicle output surged to around 31.28 million units, accounting for 1/3 of global production. But did you know? 60% of the world's automotive parts are made in China. Foreign branded parts produced in Chinese factories fall into two categories. Joint venture factory parts, 80% market share. These dual logo components, e.g. Brilliance BMW, meet OEM standards but cost 30% less than pure imports, the key reason more customers choose us. Wholly foreign-owned factory parts, represented by Tesla, these globally standardized components primarily target export markets. To summarize, the landscape of China's automotive industry is as follows. Joint venture automakers dominate the market, domestic brands are rapidly emerging, while wholly foreign-owned manufacturers remain relatively scarce. Next, please refer to this detailed table. If you want to know what models each joint venture automaker in China produces and purchase original parts, feel free to DM me.